Southern Mississippi's Golden Eagles open the season at home against the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. We'll take a look at all the highlights. We'll meet Golden Eagle defensive line coach Justin Roberts and talk with Golden Eagle senior wide receiver Casey Martin. And look ahead to this week's matchup with the Governors of Austin Peay. That and a whole lot more coming up today on Southern Miss Sports Today with Todd Monken.
This edition of Southern Miss Sports Today with Todd Monken is presented by Bancorp South, right where you are, and brought to you in part by the City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, from figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Hattiesburg Coca-Cola, want a taste of everything? Drink Coke Zero with real Coke taste and 0 calories. We'll be back with This Week in Southern Miss Football right after this.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome to Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken, presented by Bancorp South. Golden Eagles opened up the 2015 season this past Saturday night at the Rock before a sellout crowd, a record crowd on hand. Watch the Golden Eagles and the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. Todd will talk about the ball game in a minute, but what a tremendous atmosphere around the city of Hattiesburg, around the campus for that season opener with the Bulldogs.
Outstanding. I mean, you could feel it from the middle of the week as RVs started coming into town and tents got set up, and you could just feel it building. Our players could feel it building, and what a showcase. I thought tremendous. The weather was great. You couldn't ask for a better night.
What's a crowd like that, an atmosphere like that mean, not only to our team, but also recruits and people who are looking at our program?
Well, first of all, let's start with the walk. The walk was Justice Hayes, who's one of our running backs, his whole family was here, and they said, we've never seen anything like that. Justice graduated from Michigan. It was never like that. And they said they've been to a lot of other Big Ten stadiums, and it's not been like that. So let's just start with the walk. And it was just awesome for our players and the support. And then you come out of the locker room and you take the field. For our players, that's why they want to play Division I football, and for the recruits to see that, to say, hey, I want to play in that environment.
Talk about the ball game now. The Bulldogs, outstanding season a year ago. They came in, but the Eagles are much improved as well. Talk about the game, what you saw on Saturday night.
Well, it's frustrating in one regard. For the first time I felt in a couple of years, our team really believed. I believed, they believed. We've turned the corner. And it's now been confirmed. We have good players. Our guys played hard. We just made too many mistakes. We got them into making mistakes, which we hoped would happen. We just made too many mistakes that offset that and didn't give us a chance. We easily at halftime could have been up 20-10, 24-10, something along that line, and instead we were down 14-10. That was what's frustrating about it, but I did think our guys played hard. I did think it did prove to me that we have a good football team.
I think one of the keys to the game, and you and I talked about it the other day, is you're down 4 at halftime. They get the ball, and you got them pinned back at their 5-yard line, but they were able to go 95 yards for a touchdown and sort of get the momentum.
Well, that stretch, John, of about 3 minutes of elapsed time, and it was we don't get a touchdown right before the half that would have put us up. Irrespective of the kickoff return or the blocked punt, here we can be up at halftime. And then to come out the second half, they bobble the sky kick, put on the 5, they go 95 yards. So instead of being up 17-10 or up a little bit and got them pinned back, going to get the ball back, you're down 24-10, and it just stings your crowd, stings your team.
after the ball game. What was your message to the team in the locker room after the game?
Well, the message was how proud I am to be their head coach. We've come a long way. We've got a good football team. But there's a lot of things we need to clean up because we let one get away. And they're a good football team, and I'm sure they feel like they didn't do things as well as they could have. But I can't worry about them. We need to worry about ourselves and clean up the things that we gave them, irrespective of who we're playing.
Well, it was Southern Miss and the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. 29th meeting between these two ball clubs, just the 5th time the Bulldogs ever played here in Hattiesburg. Let's go back to Saturday night and take a look at all the highlights.
Double receivers left, single receiver right, flags and fake over the middle, and it's caught by DJ Thompson. Thompson makes the catch. Prescott marks his signals. Inside handoff. Shumpert slips the tackle, scores a touchdown. Football came loose. Wait a minute. Did he get in? It may be recovered by the Golden Eagles. Shumpert got down around the goal line, got hit and fumbled the football. Fred Ross goes back to await the kick. The Eagles get the kick away, and Ross will have it bobbled. Did he touch it? It went by him. Loose ball, and the Eagles had it, lost it, and fall on is the 10. That's going to belong to Southern Miss. Oh boy, the Eagles got a side saddle kind of kick. Snap back down. Here's the kick up on the way, plenty long enough, and it is good, and the Eagles lead it. Back along his left side, takes the snap, play action fake, throws it down the center of the field. That's going to be caught for a first down. Into the shotgun, Smith along his left side, takes the snap, play action fake, looking to throw, fires towards the end zone, got a man, that's caught by Washington for a touchdown. Jay Sean Washington, his first career catch is a touchdown, and the Golden Eagles take the lead. Here's the kickoff coming from Broccoli. An onside kick by the Eagles. Ball is loose, and it's still loose. Eagles may have it. It's loose, and Eagles got it. Eagles got it, and it's their ball. Looked like it might be going out of bounds, but an Eagle got on it just before it went out of bounds. And Southern Miss recovers. That looked like Evan Osborne, who might have got on top of it. Takes the snap and leaves it with Shumpert, who's going to be dropped for a loss. Mullins works off the left hash mark. Now Thomas in motion a bit, now sets down. And a play action fake. Mullins going to throw it down the seam. Caught by Parks. He got tripped up. Take the snap. And play action fake over the middle on a slant. Caught by Mike Thomas. First down at midfield. Prescott has not really run the football tonight. He's a pretty good runner. Going to hand this one off inside though. And got no gain. Actually a loss by Holloway. Mullins, play action fake. Looking to throw. Left side got a man. Dathan Davis makes the catch, and he's brought down immediately, but he's got it out to the 43-yard line. And Mullins fake, throws over the middle. That's going to be caught out to near the 45-yard line. There goes Casey Martin in motion. They're going to hand it to Casey. There's a double reverse. Now they throw it back to Nick Mullins, and Mullins looking to throw long down the field, and it is caught by the Eagles, and down inside the 10, down inside the 5. Golden Eagles have it about a couple of yards shy of the goal line. Corey Robertson made the catch. Will Freeman finally brought him down. Prescott takes the stand, hands it off to Shumpert, but nothing there. Prescott looking to throw, pump fake, and got hit and sacked. He got sacked back around the 5-yard line. The Eagles got him from the backside. And take the snap from Cameron Tom and give it to Ito, trying to sweep the right side. Ito's in the open at the 50 into Bulldog territory. Finally pulled out of bounds. Down around, there's a late flag that got him by the jersey as he was going out of bounds and pulled him down. Shuford will snap it back down, kick up by Broccoli, and the kick is going to be good. Prescott takes the snap and keeps it himself, spins away from an Eagle, then got hit and dropped for a 2-yard loss back at the 40. And a play action fake. Mullins over the center of the field, going to be caught for a first down, and still on his feet. Eagles get it down to the 30. J. Sean Washington. Snap back down, kick from Broccoli is on the way, and Broccoli's got his third field goal of the ball game. A pair of 27-yarders. Handoff will go to Holloway, who's trying to go around the right side, but there is absolutely nothing there. And they're going to hand it off to around the left side to the wide receiver, who is going to be dropped for a loss. They gave it that time to Fred Ross. Fullback set off to the left side. Mullins play action fake, drops to throw, pumps it over the middle, caught, and Justice Hayes breaks a tackle. First down and more, out to near the 23-yard line. Mullins takes a step, play action fake, fires down the middle, got a man wide open, caught by the Golden Eagles. That's a first down, out to about the 43-yard line. Ito Smith back there with 3 short. Here's the kick. This is Ito from the goal line, right side. At the 10, 15, 20, got away from one, got away from another, breaks another tackle, cuts up the field, and got hit and brought down. And a handoff to Justice Hayes, and a good run by Justice. Dan Mullen and Todd Monken shake hands out at the center of the field.
People ship all kinds of things.
But what if that thing is a few 100,000 doses of flu vaccine
That need to be kept at 41 degrees.
while being shipped to a country where it's 90 degrees? In the shade.
Sound hard? Yeah.
Does that mean people in Laos shouldn't get their vaccine?
We didn't think so.
From figuring it out to getting it done.
We're here to help.
Thank you so much for this prestigious award. I would like to thank my friends and family.
Hey, time for your homework.
Coming, Mama. As I'm saying, I would also like to thank my educators for all they've done with me. Without them, I couldn't do anything.
And the winner of the first place award for small cities is Hattiesburg, Mississippi for the Education Initiative.
What are you doing back there, Haley?
Feeling like a winner.
And welcome back, everybody. Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken, presented by Bank Corp South. Well, if you watch the show over the years, each week we like to focus on one of our senior football players, and today that senior is Casey Martin, a young man out of Huffman, Texas, who transferred to Southern Miss a couple of years ago from the University of Houston. And Todd, here's a guy who's come in immediately last year, made a big contribution both as a wide receiver and a punt return guy, and off to a good start this year.
He is. He had a good camp, and you know, we've got to find a way to get him the ball and what he does well. But he's been a great addition. He came to us a year ago and really gave us some life last year at that position, and we're excited to have him.
I don't know if he likes to hear this, but he's I guess they refer to him sometimes, maybe in a good way, as a possession receiver. He's not a guy that's going to streak down the field and maybe catch an 80-yard bomb, but he's a good guy to go over the middle, catch some passes, and keep those chains moving.
No doubt, and that's not only because he's quicker than fast, and his size doesn't allow him. The further he gets away from the quarterback, the harder it is to hit him. But he is nifty. He has a way of getting open, so he's a real asset in 2-minute and third downs.
And he's had a great career at Southern Miss. This is his second year with the Golden Eagles after transferring from the University of Houston. So let's spend a couple of minutes and meet up close and personal Golden Eagle wide receiver Casey Martin.
There it is, back to Weeks. Drops to throw, has some time, over the middle. Got Martin, makes a catch at the 40. Martin at the 35, breaks a tackle, 25, 20, 10. That's a touchdown, Southern Miss. Casey Martin ran through a couple of tacklers.
Well, the reason I wanted to come to Southern Miss was because, you know, the offense was very similar to the offense I was used to at my old school. Very high pace, you know, and I've looked at some of the history because I was always a big Brett Favre fan growing up, so I've always, you know, known Southern Miss, been a fan of Southern Miss and the Rock. And, you know, at Houston, they beat us for the conference championship. So first thing that popped in my mind, Southern Miss was, that's a team right there. So, I mean, it was just, I jumped on it when the opportunity presented itself. What I tell all young guys, I even tell, you know, some of the people even back at my high school, is that, like, when you think you're working hard, you're really not. You're not working as hard as you can, you know. Coach Wise says it all the time, you know, instead of playing, you know, an hour of video games, go catch the ball for an hour. Go do something, go watch, try and do everything every day. You know, the older I've gotten, the more I realize, like, it's not going to be there forever. Like, video games going to be there the rest of my life, whatever's going to be there the rest of my life. Football is only, you know, you only get a certain part of your life to do it, so I've been trying to spend as much time as I can doing it. The people that really taught me the game growing up were, first off, probably my dad. You know, he coached me from when I was 4 years old to my last year of Little League. He coached me every year. You know, it wasn't always the greatest to have your dad as the head coach, but he definitely pushed me as hard as he could. And then there was also, you know, my first year of Little League, I was Green Bay Packers #4. So, you know, I've watched Brett Favre just growing up, and that's why it's crazy that I'm here now. Like, everybody back home knows how big of a Brett Favre fan I am. So it's just crazy how it worked out. And then, you know, I would say another person is Wes Welker, big time, just because he proved, like, it can be done at my size. You know, I'm not the biggest football player, but he proved that, you know, it doesn't really matter as long as football players are football players. You know, if you can play, you can play. So really them three, I would say, right there. The key is to, you know, give everything you got and just have fun with it. Like, if you're not having fun with it, then, you know, you can't be the best at it if you're not having fun with it. You know, because if you love something, you have fun doing something, you're gonna do it more and you're gonna do it harder. It's just how everything happens, how everything works. Well, right now I'm studying. I'm gonna get my master's in sports management in December, and you know, I'm not quite sure on what I want to do yet, but I know I want it to be football related, just because, you know, that's really the only thing I know what to do and, like, what I have really a hard passion in. And you know, I'd like to be related with the NFL or something. I would like my ultimate goal would be like a GM or something. I know it's a long shot, but I mean, it was a long shot for me to be playing D1 football, so I'm here.
Back home after a week off, the Golden Eagles hosted Colorado State on September 21st, 1991. The Rams, who were not used to the September heat and humidity in South Mississippi, suffered as the game wore on. The defense held the Rams to just 265 yards, and safeties Derek Hoskins and Brian Wood, along with quarterback Bernard Collins, all intercepted passes as Southern Miss trounced Colorado State 39-7. In the third quarter, the Golden Eagles delighted their fans by executing the Fumblerooski. Queen left Baghdad to guard Chafin Marsh on his birthday. A 39-7 victory at home over Colorado State on September 21st, 1991, highlighted by the Fumblerooski, will always be remembered as one of the great moments in Southern Miss football.
Good, there you go. That's better. Snap the hips. Good. Nice shot. Good flat back. Get them low. Get them low.
Southern Miss has always, in my eyes, has been a place that hard-nosed, blue-collar, tough defenses, offenses, just some great rich tradition and history around this place. You know, and to come here and be a part of it and see how it works is just phenomenal.
Go! Hit! Come on, more of a step, more of a step, more of a step. Go!
Well, I think some of my mentors and influences in my life, like so many guys in athletics, have been coaches. You know, whether it was a wrestling coach, Jim Myers at Hannibal High School, my first high school football coach, Greg Nesbitt, who gave me my first high school job. And I think as you go in this business, you meet more and more guys around you where you're like, wow, this guy really has his stuff together. You know, Bill Clay, for a long time I GA'd for him at Oklahoma State. Dave Huxtable, who's now at North Carolina State. Those guys have been major influences in my life. The biggest thing I ever learned from Bill Clay, and I tell anybody who asks that question, is I've never seen the guy rattled. He was as cool as a cucumber no matter what. I don't care if we gave up a big play. He never got rattled. He had a game plan, he stuck to the plan. And I think that's why he won so many dang games, is because, you know, he's never questioned what he's done in the past. It's just, hey, stick to the game plan, let's go, and it's gonna work. And it always did.
Get him down low. Good, Moose, that's better. Come off the ball today. Come off the ball. Don't read, come off the ball. Let's go.
We want to be an aggressive style defensive line. We want a vertical push upfield. We want to actually change the line of scrimmage. I think a lot of guys talk about it and they get so entranced in the technique and holding gaps and that sort of stuff that it takes away the aggressiveness of their players. And we really want to push the vertical line of scrimmage. Will Freeman when I got here, was a thinner inside guy. Had typically been playing as a defensive end. We did move him to the inside full time when I had gotten here. He has embraced that role. He's a hard worker. He's up to about 275 pounds now. We're still constantly trying to get the weight on him. I mean, he's a blue collar, which you picture Southern Miss to be. He embodies that. But he's really comes to work every day. He's been a vocal leader. He's been a just leader by example. He's really been a fantastic leader for us. Mike Smith, same way. He's just doesn't say a whole lot. He just does it. You know, he just grabs his lunch pail every day and he does everything you ask him to do and tries to be a perfectionist and a pleaser in that aspect.
Good. Get low.
To be out there for Southern Miss means everything. You know, it's just a pride thing. It's the rich history and the tradition that this place represents, and be able to carry on to that and have people look at these years, the Coach Monken years, as saying, you know what, that group was tough. They were some hard-nosed dudes that really got it done and carried on the Nasty Bunch tradition.
At Conference USA,
let's be the definition of a good sport.
Conduct and attitude.
Considered as befitting.
Participants in sports.
Especially fair play.
Courtesy.
Striving spirit.
Conference USA
has a history of good sportsmanship.
Enjoy the game.
And be our next good sport.
On and off the field.
Thank you so much for this prestigious award. I would like to thank my friends and family.
Time for your homework.
Coming, Mama. SNC. I would also like to thank my educators for all they've done with me. Without them, I couldn't do anything.
And the winner of the first place award for small cities is Hattiesburg, Mississippi for the Education Initiative.
What are you doing back there, Haley?
Feeling like a winner.
And we're back once again on Southern Miss Sports Today with Coach Todd Monken, presented by Bank Corp South. Well, you saw early in the show we sat down and visited with Golden Eagle defensive line coach Justin Roberts, who's in his first year with the Golden Eagles. And Todd, talk about Justin a little bit, your relationship with him and what he's been able to bring to the defensive line.
Well, Justin was with us when we were at Oklahoma State in the early 2000s, and I followed his career, and we've been friends ever since. And he's a guy that loves to coach. You can tell by his background. He's moved around trying to move up in this profession and has always done a great job. His last stay was at Tennessee State as a defensive coordinator. We needed to change that room. We needed the young guys to develop, and he's done a great job of developing our younger players.
When I have watched him at practice, when he's there with his defensive lineman, he's really a teacher. I mean, he's a guy that just gets up and teaches the game of football. And I know that's the way you are, and that's the way you like your guys to be.
No question. He does a great job teaching the guys how to do it, and he doesn't miss much. That's what we needed. If guys aren't giving us what we want, then we've got to see it. We've got to correct it. We've got to move forward. And he does a great job with all of those.
Before I ask you about this week's opponent, Austin Peay, Conference USA, pretty good week for Conference USA. As you've watched the scores come in and have seen what happened in Conference USA this past weekend, what sort of stands out to you?
Well, we've got a good league, and people want to, complain about what league we're in, this league, that league. We control that. The players and the coaches control how good your league is. I thought we represented the landscape well. FIU's win over Central Florida. Obviously, Western Kentucky beating Vandy. Marshall beating Purdue. So we've got a good league. You've got to come every week to play, and I know we're going to be better, and we look forward to the conference season.
All right, Saturday afternoon game for Golden Eagles against Austin Peay. The Governors coming in to play for the first time against the Golden Eagles, a school that's in the FCS, the old 1AA. What do you know about them? What sort of stands out when you watch them on tape?
Well, they play hard, and Kirby Cannon, the head coach there, similar to here, started a year ago, starting to rebuild the program. It's going to take time for him to get his recruits in there, but they have talented guys. And I know a lot of those schools, even though they get 63 scholarships, they divide some. So they'll have 80-some guys on scholarship. It'll be a real challenge for us to get ourselves up after getting ourselves up so high for that game and then the disappointment of not winning. That's the real challenge for us. How will we back up last week's performance?
And how does the head coach handle that? What do you do to get the team back in that competitive mode this weekend?
Well, I think you've got to start with what we're about and what we control, irrespective of the opponent. Again, easier said than done. We've got to find a way for our guys to, it starts on Tuesday and Wednesday, of how we challenge them from a toughness standpoint, from an effort standpoint, and how do we correct the little things that allows us to put a complete game together.
All right, Todd. Well, we will see you on Saturday at the Rock for Southern Miss and Austin Peay. Thanks for the visit. We'll see you next week.
Thanks, John.
All right, the Golden Eagles and the Governors of Austin Peay on Saturday afternoon, 2:30 ball game at the Rock, the Golden Eagles and Austin Peay. Don't forget, Monday nights we're at Mugshots Grill and Bar in Hattiesburg for the Golden Eagle Hotline. Come on out, visit with us, and talk a little Golden Eagle football. That'll do it. Have a great week, everybody. See you next time with another inside look into Southern Miss football.
This edition of Southern Miss Sports Today with Todd Monken has been presented by Bancorp South, right where you are, and brought to you in part by the City of Hattiesburg, a proud sponsor of Southern Miss Athletics. UPS, from figuring it out to getting it done, UPS is here to help. Hattiesburg Coca-Cola. Want a taste of everything? Drink Coke Zero with real Coke taste and 0 calories. This has been a presentation of IMG, America's home for college sports.